Cell stars John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson and is based off of the Stephen King novel. Now, this isn't one of his best novels. He is my favorite writer, but even when you're reading okay King, you're reading a good book. On top of that, a movie called 1408 that also stars John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson is based off of a Stephen King short story, and this is a fairly underrated thriller. It's not amazing, but it has a few moments, and I enjoyed it overall. So when I found out they were teaming up again to do another Stephen King adaptation, I was actually really anticipating this movie, and it went straight to Amazon Video. It's going to be, I guess, in some theaters in July, but I rented it for 48 hours for $9.99 on Amazon Video, and I'm so glad I did. What's this one about? So John Cusack is at an airport, and all of a sudden, people around him start going insane. They start frothing at the mouth, they're running around, people are killing each other, they're screaming, they're laughing, they're dancing, they're jumping, and all of it seems to be coming from people's cell phones. And for whatever reason, this cell phone transmission is affecting the population, and people are turning into sort of a variation of a zombie. They're running around, they're killing people, and it's all being transmitted through some sort of cell phone signal. And Cusack runs into Jackson, and they team up because they're normal. They meet a young girl played by Isabelle Fuhrman, I believe you say her name that way. She was the very good actress from the movie Orphan. And these people attempt to find their loved ones or people they care about because everyone else is insane because of cell phones. Okay, how do I get into this? When I saw Norm of the North earlier this year, I was positive that I had seen the worst film of the year. I didn't think I'd ever see anything that could possibly give it competition until this morning when I sat down on my couch and watched Cell. This film is incredibly horrible. I mean, there is so much shit in this movie. It's so bad. Why is it bad? Well, it's technically incompetent on almost every level. I think every scene was handheld. The editing is incomprehensibly bad. There are so many sequences that are so scatterbrained and jumbled and convoluted that you can't follow a thorough line of a story in this movie. John Cusack wants to find his family. That's it. And in between his journey, we're going to have laugh out loud, hilariously bad, shitty, shaky cam sequences with these zombie guys they call phoners jumping around and going like I'm not making this up, guys. It is absolutely astonishingly bad. I laughed so much in this film. It was hilarious for many portions, and then it gets dreadfully boring. I'm talking painful. The first act of this movie, every time some sort of attack happened from one of these zombie things, I screeched with laughter. I'm not kidding. During the airport sequence, it cuts to this guy, and he's just going like, and I'm not making it up. I fucking broke down with laughter. It's incredible. And some of the violence is so over the top and fake looking that it's just sad, to be honest. It's sad. The attempts at CGI actually hurt. There's a sequence near the end of the film where a whole bunch of people are walking in a circle, and way too many people for this film's budget, clearly, so they kept digitally reinserting the same person at various points. During this sequence, I counted 3 of the exact same person in one shot. It's that bad. I streamed this through Amazon Video on my 4K television. As I said, legally, $9.99 I paid for this bullshit. And on my 4K TV, the green screen was so horrifically, atrociously noticeable. It stung my eyes to even look at, especially during the ending sequence, which, no spoilers, don't worry. If you want to see this thing, go ahead. You might actually have a great time watching this movie because it is so hilariously bad during many sequences, and I actually think this movie might be one of those movies that gets that type of reputation. You know, where people go like, have you seen Cell? You never seen Cell, dude. You gotta watch Cell. It's so fucking awful and amazing. You just gotta watch it. But let me get back to what I was talking about. No spoilers. This ending, it's... What? I mean, my mouth dropped. I wasn't just shocked by the incredible ambiguity of it all, about how literally everything is open to interpretation. I wasn't just shocked by that. I was shocked by how technically horrible everything looks about the way this film ends. It is honestly like somebody got a green screen, somebody found John Cusack on the street, somebody opened up Adobe After Effects for the very first time on their computer and attempted to make a movie. It's that bad. I'm not exaggerating. This movie's a disaster in every way. This is sad on the level of it's a team up of actors who were in another good Stephen King adaptation before. John Cusack actually was in Stand By Me as well, so this is his third Stephen King adaptation. It's sad as an adaptation of King's book. It's sad because Stephen King apparently took part in writing the screenplay. But I did a little research really quick before I filmed this video, and John Cusack said on his Twitter that him and Stephen King were both cut out of this film in the long run. In other words, they had nothing to do with the post-production process of this movie, and I'm not surprised because there's 1 minute and 20 seconds of production companies at the beginning of this movie. 1 minute and 20 seconds. I paused it just to see the time frame because I was like, that's an absurd amount of production companies. 1.5 minutes of production company logos. It's between this and No More the North right now. This is one of the most hilariously bad new releases I've seen in a long time and very disappointing. I'm gonna give Cell an F. If you feel like supporting them, it's $10 on Amazon Video right now. Or not. You know, life is short, so I wouldn't waste it like I did watching Cell. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. My God. If you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.